Welcome to another episode of Bible Verse Breakdown. And today we're going to be breaking down Romans 6 verse 14. And it reads, "For sin shall not have dominance over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace." This is the scripture that the Christian used to say that the law is done away with and we're covered in the blood of Christ. This is the scripture that they use. I'm going to do it the easy way. I'm going to break it down the easy way. And then I'm going to break it down the hard way. So therefore we can have some type of understanding of how this scripture is supposed to be broken down. When you read this scripture, it really does sound like this is what Paul is saying. But see, this is what people do. They don't understand this Bible. And when you don't understand, then you'll fail to your own destruction. Let me read it again. And then I'll break it down in the same verse, and then I'll take you to another verse to break it down. Romans 6 verse 14, and it reads, "For sin should not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace." So now I'm going to break this scripture down step by step, so therefore we can have an understanding. The first part, it say, "For sin should not have dominion over you." So Paul is saying that you can't let sin deal with you. You have to overcome that sin. For example, if you're dealing with thievery or fornication, Paul said you can't let those sins have dominion over you. So with that being said, Paul said, "For ye are not under the law, but under grace." So with the first part already broken down, how can it say that you are not under the law? So that's two different things that you have to understand. So let me break it down. The only thing that you would have to do is go to the next verse. I'll read it again. It say, "For sin should not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace." So the Christians, they say, well, see, we don't have to follow the law. We under grace. That's a whole bag of lies. The only thing that you would need to do is read the next verse. And it reads, it say, "What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid." So that whole concept of breaking down this scripture like the way that the Christian do is absolutely incorrect. The only thing that you would have to do is take them to Romans 6 and 1, or take them to Romans 6 and 15. That's how you break those scriptures down. So then that way you won't be confused, because you have to know the true doctrine of Christ. If you don't understand the true doctrine of Christ, anybody can come with a scripture and tell you that you are not, that you don't have to follow the law, but you under grace. That's the concept that the Christian church is teaching. So you have to understand that the Christian churches are under Satan. So once you realize that you have to follow the laws of God, then that way you can say, okay, let me get back on track and get this thing together. But I just broke that scripture down so that way people can have an understanding that that's the scripture that they use to say that you are not under the law but under grace. I can go into more and break it down about what it means about under the law, but I just saved that for another video. Remember, Paul said that sin should not have dominion over you. So how can Paul say that don't let sin control you, and then turn around and say that you're not under the law? That's two different things. It's not. It sounds like Paul contradicting himself, but it's not. You just have to understand the scriptures. Peace out, y'all.